Peter the Ordinary is our saint next door. My dear brothers and sisters, in Rome there is a beautiful church called the Church of Domine Quo, Vadis, meaning, Master, where are you going? The church got its name from a question of Saint Peter to Jesus. Well, the story goes on like this. Peter was fleeing from Rome, and along the road he meets the Lord, and Peter asks Jesus, Domine Quo Vadis, Master, where are you going? And Jesus answers, I am going to Rome to be crucified again. Drawing courage from the Lord and realizing his lack of commitment, Peter goes back to Rome and gets crucified upside down. My dear brothers and sisters, Peter is one person who many of us can easily identify ourselves with. Like Peter, we might confess faith in Jesus with our lips, but are averse to pain and suffering, like Peter at the prophecy of the Passion. We also want Jesus to wash not only our feet, but also our whole selves without giving up our selfish desires. Very often, we doze off in prayer like Peter at Gethsemane. Like Peter at Jesus' trial, we too deny our great promises to sacrifice everything for Christ the moment a little bit suffering comes. And we also go back to our old ways like Peter, who took 6 others back to his job of fishing. Peter is not a hero nor the epitome of living faith in the gospel. He falls repeatedly, but deep down in him, the fire of the Spirit remains, and this Spirit at last gave him the courage to die a martyr. Imperfect Peter attained the perfect crown of martyrdom because he was willing to go back to the Lord like the prodigal son. Like how Jesus met Peter, he will meet you and me on the seashores of life. Are we open to recognizing him and rushing to him like Peter? Christ might meet us when we are fleeing from suffering, but do we recognize him and take up the cross like Peter? The life of Saint Peter and his martyrdom inspires me with a lot of confidence whenever I feel low in my spiritual life. Peter is not a great saint with supernatural halo around him. For me, he falls in the category of the people who Pope Francis calls the saints next door, the kind of ordinary people who are one among us, but they attain sainthood by doing ordinary things in an extraordinary manner. Peter tells that irrespective of the number of times you fall, if you are willing to go back to the Lord, if you can keep the fire of the Spirit aflame, you will still find a way to heaven. As we celebrate the feast of Peter and Paul, let us ask them to give us the grace to persevere in faith and attain the eternal crown. Amen.